Look at that. As soon as I start up, it's doing that again. Error not receiving. Wow. Excellent connection. Okay. Well, then why is it not excellent connecting? Are we going? Am I going to go now? Is it going to work? No. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. It's back to doing it again. Nothing. Well, I got to figure out what's going on. Is it going or not? Hey, how you doing? Is it actually working, Kyle? I'm getting same problems as I had when I had Peyton on. It says this stream will end shortly. It's so frustrating. Why would this all of a sudden start doing this? I don't get it. I got everything shut off. There's nothing going on at the same time. Very frustrating. Can you see me at all, Kyle? Maybe, did I change? I don't know. I hear ya. Okay, well, let's see if it keeps going. I don't know. It says that I'm not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, and it just shut down once. So I guess Zajac does finally does decide to retire. He signed a one day contract to retire as a New Jersey Devil. Good for him. He didn't have a great year last year. His heart probably wasn't in it anymore. Good. I was. I'm happy he did decide to retire because he really looked bad last year. He didn't let the end of it. His heart obviously wasn't in it anymore. So you don't need. He made a lot of money in his time, and it's time to move on. What I was thinking about doing, if we can get enough viewers on here, is and the stream can keep going. Is I was thinking, okay, we tried the. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of players getting hurt. Yeah, really. But it didn't work. Like people didn't get it. I tried it many different ways. All I was trying to simply say is, if you could choose this player or this player, would you take each player? And the guys would come back with things like, "Oh, I wouldn't want to give the assets up to get Tays," and I was like, never said anything about assets, man. I just said. Anyways, it didn't. I tried writing it out several different ways. If you write things out too long, people don't read it. If you write it out, it has to be very simple. If you write it too short and it needs to be long, people won't get it either. So what I was thinking is what really was successful. Oh, are you serious? Did it shut off again? Did we lose the stream again? Or did they? Oh, no, okay. It's going. So anyways, what I was thinking about doing this time is the one that was really successful is when we did like, what's the breakout player of the year? Good. What was the breakout player? Maybe I was thinking to do, what's the rebound player from every NHL team? So like take a player that had like a bad couple of years or a bad year last year and we think is going to rebound this year. Because that one seemed to do, those kinds seem to do really well. What do you think of that? Yeah, he stayed with Ottawa for now, but I'm pretty sure they're still working on a trade for him. He's got to come to camp and show something. Logan Brown really doesn't understand. This is a problem. He doesn't get it. Ottawa wasn't playing him, not because they don't like you. They want you to do well. The problem is you weren't doing well. That's the problem. I don't know if he's not listening to what they're, because, I mean, there hasn't been too many players that have not liked being in Ottawa or have not been developed well in Ottawa. Just Logan Brown, they just didn't know what to do with Logan Brown. Because he's saying he's not getting the ice time. If a team that develops well is not giving a player ice time, it's usually because they're not doing something to earn that ice time. Hey, Lauren, how you doing, buddy? Good. Glad to see you guys again. Looks like I might have got the stream up and running good. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm feeling better now. And I tried to go live on Friday with Peyton, but the stream I got some rest over the weekend. I don't know, I haven't got results back, but I tried a bunch of things and I'm feeling better today, so good to go. What I was thinking about doing is maybe doing a rebound player from every team. That's once we get enough concurrent viewers going on here. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't stay that way. It looks like it's going in and out. If it goes out again, I'm going to probably have to spend some time figuring out what's wrong with this. I don't understand. I've got everything shut off in the background. Yeah, it's back. Looks like it's back. It looks like it's sort of calibrating itself. But can you hear me now? Is everything going good there? You guys can still hear me? Okay, it's back. Yeah, well, let's hope it stays that way. I don't know. I'm getting... But once we get enough concurrent viewers, then we'll do that. I don't understand. It's like there's a lot of Canadian guys go on there. What's his name doesn't have a problem. John, off the wall John. Peyton's not having a problem. I'm the only one that has a problem for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's annoying, but it is what it is. It'll be interesting to see what happens if Logan Brown does get traded somewhere. But I'm going to lean to the idea that there's something that he's supposed to be doing that they're not happy with. An Edmonton problem, really? Well, that's really unfortunate since I live in Edmonton. Like, Peyton lives north Vancouver. If anybody should have a problem, it's him. For he's in Prince George. He should have more of a problem than I do. I shouldn't have any problem at all. I don't have any problem with my phone internet or anything like that. I don't know. My phone internet works just fine. So I don't know. But Logan Brown wants ice time. He's not getting ice time. I don't think it has anything to do with there not being space for him on the lineup. Yeah, he needs waivers now. They're going to try to trade him. They basically have no leverage at all. They might have to play him and hope that he can show something. But I mean, well, that there's a reason for that. And that reason is probably a lot to do with his attitude, his commitment or something like that. Maybe he'll get traded somewhere else and we'll find out differently. I just find it very odd that a guy who's doing everything that he should be doing and being asked to do is going to not be given a chance. I just find that too unbelievable. Yeah, camp starts today. Everything gets moving now. Start to see things happen. Camp time for me is kind of like, okay, let's get going here. It goes too long. Just get into the games, man. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they should have been start camp 2 weeks ago and been playing by now. But then that's what they should be. They should have started camp 2 weeks ago. They should have been playing by now. But, I mean, in this year, I guess you couldn't do that because you have such a limited space in between camp and you have such a limited space between camp and the previous season. It's going to be a short season this year. I wonder if maybe, there's a benefit here to teams that didn't make the playoffs last year. There's going to be a lot healthier guys. John Weichel's saying that a lot of players are getting injured right now. Makes sense because there hasn't been much rest time in between. They're not doing their normal preparations and stuff like that. Oh, yeah? I haven't been able to get any of that stuff. I guess I could have got it on YouTube. Like you said, it was on YouTube. But most of the time, like all of that prospect stuff, it's the prospect games and stuff like that. I don't find they really tell you all that much. It's you get to see guys that have how much commitment they put into playing for that year and stuff like that. But especially preseason games and all that it doesn't really tell you much at all. Leafs signed Gusev, yeah, on a tryout contract. See how that goes. He's a very perimeter player. He's got to play in your top six or he doesn't play at all. He's not very good defensively. There's a lot more that needs to happen with his game. I think his first year in New Jersey, he did not too bad. And then I don't know what happened after. I think it hurts to play in the NHL. Like, it's painful. It's a painful uh, game to play in the NHL. And, you know, teams got a lot of talent. Guys have a lot of talent, but it takes a lot. It takes a big toll on it on a player. And a guy like Gusev, when the first year he was kind of doing what they were telling him to do. Hey, Steele, how you doing? I was having stream problems, Steele. Thanks for coming in. I don't know if it's still happening now, but guys like Gusev, they'll you go a year and then you make your like, I think he was getting like, didn't he get like 3 years at $4 million per? And I think there's a point for some players that are smaller, like Gusev, that goes, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be a perimeter player, and if I can't do it, yeah, it's going pretty good now. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Edmonton prospect games too, Lauren, everybody's saying that when they look fantastic against each other when they're doing that. There's, for me, it doesn't get, I don't get much of a gauge on prospect games. They don't tell me much. I would rather see them play in junior and then I know what I'm getting when you're talking about actual competition. It's just a totally different thing. The Edmonton Oilers prospects look good too, but are they all going to make it? No. Joey Keane, maybe this year. I mean, his trajectory, he's got to jump up in trajectory to really be a significant player in the NHL. His trajectory right now doesn't look very good. Drury's always been known as a two-way guy, and Suzuki's good too. I think throwing around great a little much there. They're good. Seth Jarvis will get cut. He's not physically ready yet, which doesn't surprise me. He was a pretty small guy, so they don't need him either, which is good. He gets another year. They don't need Seth Jarvis, so that's good. Yeah, hopefully, it seems like the stream's going good now, Steele. I'd like to know, it'd be cool if I knew how many. Hey, CL! How's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. So, anyways, I don't know how many, I can't tell how many people does it show that we have on here now? We should have 4, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Worth the shot, I guess. Kaprizov might get traded. Yeah, my concern with the Kaprizov situation was that he doesn't want to be in Minnesota. I'm getting the inclination that Minnesota is not where he wants to live long term. And I think he's just kind of telling them in his own little way that that's the case. Oh, yeah? Eichel would be a good fit in Minnesota. Moran. Well, is that the same? Is that the same knee? Because if it's the same knee, it's not really unlucky. It's just likely that, you know, the knee's going to keep on. Might be it for him. Chara signs with the Isles. Yeah, that was a good little move. I mean, now they don't have to play, which I never thought they would. I always thought he had a plan that he wasn't going to play. What's his name? My computer is working so slow too. I got to find out what's going on with this thing. They don't have to play Mayfield, Dobson, Green. Oh, they don't even have him on here anymore. Thomas Hickey. So they'll put Thomas Hickey back in the minors again. Oh, yeah. Steele's in the house. So, okay, what I'm going to do is we tried that thing where we're comparing players. It didn't really work very well. What I'm going to do is we're going to do the rebound players from every NHL team. Rebound players from every NHL team. So which players will rebound? Oh, he said it was not that bad? Well, that's good. That is good. What about Allison? How's Allison doing? Yeah, this is crazy. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe it wasn't synced. Okay, so the rebound player for the Anaheim Ducks. I'm going to have to get myself on my... Now, a rebound player is not like a rookie that's going to do good. This is about a guy who... The stream is going in and out, yeah. Is it better now? Oh, I love Slipknot. Oh, Aerosmith is good too. I'm not a big Def Leppard fan. Yeah, I know. And then if I go on, let's see what happens here. I synced my thing. I'll see if it continues. If I go on my computer to find something, oh, it's going faster now. I think it's going to be okay. I think I figured out the problem. Give it some time. I think it was unsynced. Now it's going fast. Yep, I think it was unsynced. So it's okay. I think we're good. Arizona Coyotes. All right. Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, it's moving way faster now. We're good. What would be the rebound player for the Ducks? So, like a guy who hasn't played well for a while. And that's not a breakout player. So, he's got to have played well before. And now he's going to have a big year. Or like a better year. And you got to remember, it's the biggest for that team. It's just the most likely for that team. What? The live stream just ended now again? It did. No, it didn't. Cam Fowler. You think Cam Fowler is going to have a bigger year? Am I still going or what? Okay, well, you say Fowler? Okay, let's go. Keep it going. This is Raquel is going to be. This could be a big year for Raquel, I think. It could be, a lot of these guys, they're going to be playing for paychecks, right? Lindholm, Manson, Fowler. I don't think so. I think Raquel could have a rebound year this year because he's playing for a contract. Adam Henrique. I'm going to write all of these down and we'll see what they say. That would be something for Henrique to come back because like 2 years ago he had a good year. And then last year could be. I say Raquel. And we got Fowler. So we got 3 people on that. I'll put them all down and we'll see what the Anaheim Ducks or what the Ducks people have to say about that. Silverberg. A lot of guys on here. Could be. That's what I'll basically say. Because Silverberg, he's been doing poor for quite a while. Like his offense has been dropping like pretty much every year, if I remember correctly. Yeah. No, actually, last year was the worst. Yeah, that could be a good one too. The question is, who's the rebound player? We're going to do the rebound player for every team. So like a guy that hasn't done well in a while or had a bad year, but it's going to have a huge year this year. This is for the Ducks. So who do you think's going to have a Getzlaf? You think Getzlaf is going to have a big year for his final year? Oh, I guess so. Man, there's lots of them. That really, if you look at it, there could be a lot. Because Raquel hasn't had a good year for quite a while, but now this should be interesting. That's lots there. We got lots. Troy Terry. It's kind of borderline breakout year because he never really had a big year yet. But thanks for coming in, Phil. Sweet having you. Max Jones again is kind of a breakout guy more than a rebound guy. Well, we got lots. So we'll go to the next one. Of course, you guys got to remind me who's next, but I know the next one's Arizona. So there could be a lot of breakout or a lot of rebound guys here. Maybe most of the guys never had a good year. Clayton Keller, what? Yeah, I guess Clayton Keller, you could put him as a rebound guy. Oh, there's a good one. Hutton. That would be an enormous rebound year. If Carter Hutton, that would be like epic. Keller does need a big year. I agree. This could be the rebound, and you could call it a rebound because a little while ago he had 60 points. Krause could get more than 4 goals, yeah. Louis Eriksson. I'm not putting Louis Eriksson down. No way. If Louis Eriksson has a rebound year, well, that would be insane. That would be insane. But I like Hutton and Keller. Krause, has he ever really had like a good year? He had more than 4 goals, I get you, but. And Kessel, how did he do? Kessel didn't really do that bad last year. He got 43 points in 56 games. That's actually not too bad for his age. And it was actually kind of a rebound year because he had more points in last year than he did the previous year in 70 games. So, the hamburger throw. Oh, yeah. If Hutton gets anywhere near a .900, that's a breakout year for sure. Well, not a breakout year, a rebound year, yeah. I think you're right. Maybe Gosh to Spear. What about Gosh to Spear? That would suck. I know CL is like not wanting to say it because that would just suck for Philadelphia Flyers fans if Shane Gosh to Spear has a rebound year. Although you could say that it last year wasn't too bad at 20 points in 41 games, but I don't think Anton Stroman's going to be any better. I think those are good. Hutton, Keller, and Gosh to Spear. Awesome. Like usual, you guys are rocking it. What's next then? From Arizona, we go to Boston now. Yes, it would be one of the most insane things in the history of hockey. I agree with you totally. That would come out of nowhere. That would definitely come out of nowhere. The odds of that happening are, I'm just trying to think, they're pretty astronomical. Boston Bruins is next, right? Hall would be the big one, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? Yeah, I would say for the Bruins, it would have to be Hall. Because I don't really think maybe Halla. Because Halla he's been played on the 4th line most of his. What do you have? 21 points last year, 22 the year before. He had 55 with the Golden Knights. Could he come out to Coyle is, I would say Coyle needs to have a big year. Do I think it's likely? No, I don't. I don't think it's very likely, but he sure needs to have a big year. That's it. That's for sure. But I like Hall. I like Halla. I think Halla had he could get with that right. DeBrusque is. I don't think there's a chance, right? I don't think there's a chance DeBrusque rebounds here. Would that be a rebound year, Nick Foligno? What he could get in that right attitude. So that he had 16 points last year. That's it. Yeah, yeah, we could put Foligno there for sure. Because there's something about Boston that brings out the best of players. Like they've got such a good attitude and atmosphere in that room, and they've spent they make all their decisions based on that. Like they trade guys like Sagan away if they think he's affecting the room. Like they're not afraid to trade anyone away if they are not working in the room at all. And it's panned out for them really well. Taylor Hall said he just loves playing for them. He loves the attitude and atmosphere in the place and in the room and all of that stuff like that. So that tells you something, right? It's a guy that's played in a lot of rooms. He's played everywhere. And he's actually been, he's had his the finger has been pointed at Hall as being the problem in the room. And now they sign him up after he just loves it there in Boston for a reason such as that. He was injured too, right? But I did like Nick Foligno. That was a good one, bud. So what's next? We got Buffalo next. Is that it? There could be a lot here. Buffalo. If somebody says Skinner, I swear to God. I love that one. Good one, buddy. I like that one, Whitechell. That's a good one. Darlene, for sure. Yeah. Rebound off of what? Rebound off the ice after he gets knocked on his butt again. Not even close to the net. Well, yeah, I mean, Dell. That would be an absolute enormous rebound. I don't even know if you can call it a rebound because has he really ever had a good year? Like, that's the thing about this is it isn't actually easy to pick here because there hasn't been too many players that have had a good year at all ever. So to say it's a rebound year is a little difficult. Like Casey Middlestat came to mind, but it would be more of a breakout than a rebuild. He's still not in camp. Yeah, Darlene's still not in camp. And nobody's talking about that yet. Yeah, Okposo just never got it going ever. He should have a bigger role this year. I mean, he should be able to take Vinny Hinostroza's spot. That would be one of the longest durations of time between a rebound. Because, I mean, he hasn't had a good year in a long time. His last really decent year was 2017-18, where he had 44 points in 76 games. I'm going to put him down there. You just never know. But I like the Dahlin pick. For sure. Besides that, I don't think you could call anybody a rebound. Jack Eichel, yeah. Jack Eichel was playing on the fourth line in scrimmages. Yeah, the problem is you got Arizona. I mean, you could still win the lottery, I suppose, but I'm pretty sure Arizona's going to be last, man. All right, Steele, thanks for coming on, buddy. All right, so I think that's what we got. Dahlin and Okposo, maybe you could say Eichel if he happens to get traded or whatever, possibly. Any chance you get to talk about Eichel is not a bad deal. Next. I believe, okay, I don't want to mess this up. I believe it should be the Calgary Flames, right? Not missing anybody. Arizona, Anaheim. Should be Calgary. Okay, it is Calgary. Where the heck is the Calgary Flames? Yeah, Noah Hannafin would be a big rebound. But has he really ever had a great year? What did he get? What's Noah Hannafin looking like? He's only 24. You could almost say he was a breakout. Oh, but he had a really bad year last year, didn't he? So a breakout would be back to being like what he was in. Yeah, he was a 30-point guy up until 2019, and he's been slowly diminishing his offense. His offense has been slowly diminishing. Yeah, I think he's going to have a great year, but you can't call it a. Oh, come on, Milan Lucic. You just said that to get Milan Lucic. Lucic is not going to do better than last year. Gaudreau could be the guy, right? Gaudreau could be the rebound. You got to figure he's going to do better than 49 points. Like, I would have to say Gaudreau. Markstrom would need to have a big year, yeah. He didn't really play terrible last year, but he's got to be, for the money he's making, it's got to be way better than that. Rasmus Anderson, I think just about anybody on this team needs to rebound. It's just a question of who's most likely to rebound. Almost all of them had bad years last year, besides maybe Lindholm. Yeah, Lucic makes way too much money, for sure. A fourth line guy like that. Sean Monahan, does anybody believe he's gonna? I know he needs to have one, but does anybody actually believe he's gonna have a rebound year? I'm gonna put not likely. This is good stuff. I like this. To me, it's very unlikely, isn't it? Okay, what do we got next? It's Colorado, Carolina next. Probably not too many rebound years in Carolina because everybody had a great year in Carolina. Kotkaniemi has got to be, yes. Yeah. Kotkaniemi for sure. Anderson is definitely got to have a rebound year. Ethan Bear did not have a great year last year. And then how about D'Angelo? You got to put D'Angelo. I think he's going to. How many guys really had a poor year last year, though? Maybe Trocheck. Most guys really had a good year. It's most of the guys that they brought in that are going to have the rebound years. No, Trocheck had a great year last year. So, can't be Trocheck. Oh, Ranta. Svechnikov, I mean, he put up 37 in. He had a really good year at 61 and then 42. At his age, that's not too bad. It's a little disappointing, though. But his defensive play got way better last year. Yeah, Gardner, yeah, I don't expect a rebound year from Gardner. Isn't he getting another surgery again, too? It's not looking good for Gardner at all. So I don't see a rebound year for him. Maybe even not a year. But I like those ones. Kotkaniemi, Anderson, Bear, and D'Angelo. Excellent. Now we got LMNO, Colorado, right? I just don't see Gardner rebounding from anything. If he happened, I just don't see it. Another hip, yeah. I just don't see Gardner rebounding from anything. Before we continue here, I'm going to share this out. Go look at Colorado and tell me that Colorado is probably going to. Wow, moving really slow again. Let's see. Whoa, shoot. Okay, I shared it out. Oh, Chicago, yeah. Chicago should have been before Colorado. But we'll do Colorado first, and then we'll do Chicago. Landeskog and Darcy Kemper. Kemper's almost guaranteed just because he's playing on a better team now than he did last time. That's a good one. And yeah, kind of funny that I think, yeah, Landeskog didn't have a great year last year, did he? Maybe that contract weighing on him a bit. Oh, he had 52. No, he did all right. Landeskog did all right. I think Kemper would be the only one. Maybe Kadri. Kadri, we could talk about. I don't know if he will, if it's likely. I'm going to say not likely. But, I mean, did he have a great year last year? Maybe I'm not even right about that. Maybe he didn't have a bad year, and I just think he did because of 32 points in 56 games. Yeah, that's okay. He might not play this year. Why? I never heard anything about Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks. Taves might not play this year. Where did you hear that? I heard he was coming for sure. I thought he was going to play for sure. Taves is the obvious one for sure. You could say Jake McCabe probably. And you could say Jones too. I think offensively Jones will do a lot better than he has. We'll do Chicago. We got Taves, McCabe, and Jones. I mean, those seem obvious. The hockey guy? Really? Oh, Shannon said that? I wonder where Shannon's getting that information from. I haven't heard anything about that. Strome? That would be, this is like the final year where he's got to break out. The question is Strome really a bounce back or more of a breakout because he had an especially bad year, I guess. Oh, yeah, he had 51 points in 58 games, and then he went down. Well, so I don't think so. I'm going to say that's not likely. Because I just don't see his skating ever getting where it needs to be. I don't know. He's very frustrated with every franchise he plays for. He seems to get pretty frustrated with every franchise he plays for. Connor Murphy had a pretty decent year last year, though. Okay, Colorado, Chicago. It's supposed to be Chicago, Colorado. It's got to be Columbus, right? Well, that one's probably pretty obvious. The first name that comes out of the Jackets. It's got to be Laine right off the get-go. Laine. Yeah, Laine's got to be right off the get-go. You could put Nyquist in just because he was injured all last year, but I don't see it. Yeah, points-wise, could. I'll put him down. He's been used so much defensively. I mean, a lot of these, you got new coach, new everything. So, and Voracek had 43 points. I don't see him getting more than that, so I wouldn't call him that a rebound. I think that wasn't a bad year, actually. I think he can do better, but, I mean, last year was almost like a breakout year for him. 34 points in 48 games, I believe, was his career high. At least percentage-wise, anyways. Yeah, that was his career high points last year in only 48 games. So, can't really say bounce back from a career best high points year. So, Zach Werenski, he didn't do too bad, though. It's Laine and Jenner would be bounce backs. And Nyquist. I'll put Nyquist in there, and that'll be the not likely. So what do we got now? Detroit, right? Are we over the seas now? I think we are. It would have to be Detroit now. Detroit will probably be tough because they're all breakout players, not really. Maybe Larkin. Larkin would be the first one, I would think. Larkin didn't have a great year last year. And a full year with Verana and Bertuzzi being back, which you could, I suppose, put him back too, because he's coming off of the injury. I think, yeah, I was going to put that too. And actually, I will put Elvis in there because he came out and said he's going to crush it this year for his friend Kvatarnov or whatever his name is that died. I'm not putting Korpisalo. I don't think he's good enough to do that. I don't think he's a good goaltender. I don't think he ever was. Dallas before the Red Wings? Okay. Why do I always forget Dallas? Dallas Stars. Probably a few here. Sagan. That's right. Dallas is next. I don't hate Texas. I don't know. The team kind of bores me a little bit. I think that might be it. I don't know. Rebound player. It's got to be Sagan first. Because coming back from injury. And then Radulov too, who is still injured, I guess. Is Radulov not coming back? Yeah, we need more players that can't play defense very well for sure. Might as well. We might as well get them all. I can't put that. That would be the so not likely Holtby. I just don't see him. I don't see him doing it. I just don't see it. I'll put him down and say very not likely. I just don't see. I don't think he's got the right attitude to do that. I don't think he's got the right attitude to have a rebound year. I think it's pretty much over. Holtby still thinks he's good, and it's hard to improve when you think you're all that and more. Maybe Ryan Suter. Because Ryan Suter didn't get many points last year. Yeah, well, you could say that too. You could put it down as who needs a rebound. He sure needs a rebound, that's for sure. It's a combination. You can put down players that you think need a rebound as well. Because I'm going to talk about all the players anyways, so. Jamie Benn ever going to rebound? I think he pretty much is what he is now. Alex Biega is not a great defenseman now. Like Jamie Benn, I think he's been on he's going to have a rebound list for a long time. Three years now. I think he pretty much is what he is, about a 50-point winger. Now the Red Wings. First one for me for the Red Wings is Larkin. Because they need some defensemen. They need to have somebody that there's an injury that has NHL experience that they can use. It was a smart thing for Biega to do because he's probably going to get playing time in Toronto. Good on him for doing that, but so the Detroit Red Wings rebound players. It's got to be Larkin and Bertuzzi. Fabry is pretty much what he is. Ernie had a good. Nemeshnikov will probably never be more than what he already is. Zadina is really just a breakout, not a rebound. Yeah, but Zadina's a breakout player more than a rebound player, though. You can even say that, I mean, didn't he have his best year last year that he's had in the bigs? Yeah, he kind of, well, similar year to 2020, but he's a breakout year. When we did breakout players, Zadina was in there. Suter's got to prove he's a real deal, but you can't really call him a rebound player, though. I don't think he'll get cut. I think he'll play like 8th defenseman or something like that. Is that what's the most Verana's ever had? I think Verana's going to have a big year for sure. I think he's going to have a big year, but I don't know if you can call it a rebound. I guess 52 points in 69 games. I'll put a kind of question mark beside it because he really hasn't had the year that everybody knows he could have yet. It's almost like a breakout year, although the 52 points in 69 games was pretty good. But in Detroit, he had a point a game last year, 8 goals in 11 games. Yeah, it's amazing. He keeps on going. He finds a contract every year. He's 32. His problem was always conditioning. Sam Gagner never really was a well-conditioned athlete. And it's starting to hurt him now. I think part of the reason why they have Sam Gagner there is for him to tell guys, like, you know what, I could have been so much more if I would have kept myself in peak condition early. And they've had a lot of guys like that. But that's good. Bertuzzi, Larkin, and Verana. So what do we got next? Is it Edmonton now? Bobby Ryan hasn't even been picked up by anybody yet. There would be a huge rebound if he came back, but I don't think he's going to Detroit. I don't think so anyways. I don't know what's going on with Bobby Ryan. Haven't heard. Sounds like he's going on a PTO somewhere. I want to get to Montreal at least before the end of this, and then I'm going to do a video on this. This one, I like this one. Bobby Ryan Edmonton would make some sense for sure. And that's it. What's next, right? Edmonton's next. Bobby Ryan needs a job with NASCAR. Why is it? Oh, he sounds like a NASCAR guy. Bobby Ryan. No, they haven't signed him, no. He's still a free agent. Yeah, Bobby Ryan. It does sound like a NASCAR name for sure. No, Edmonton's next. Panthers are after the Oilers. I think the closest thing they have as a rebound is maybe Yamamoto, because he had a point a game in 27 games. Duncan Keith, is that going to be a rebound year for the Edmonton Oilers? I find that highly unlikely. I'll put that on the highly unlikely. RNH, how did he do last year? Chris Russell's not rebounding from nothing. He'll be lucky to make the roster this year. What do they got? Yeah, 1 point. He'll be lucky to make the roster this year. Trust me on that one. Mikko Koskinen would be a huge rebound. What did somebody put here? Oh, RNH. Yeah, that would be a rebound. He didn't have the greatest year. We could put that in there. Because he did almost have a point a game. He had, 70 points, almost a point a game the year before. Points-wise, he didn't play very well. He didn't get many points last year, which you really need to do in his role. So, yeah, you could definitely say RNH, I guess. Chris Russell will probably be to the AHL, I agree. I'm going to put Keith and a big unlikely on there. Kyle Turris. Kyle Turris swears up and down he has got himself in peak condition for this year, and he's going to come into camp in the best shape of his career, and he's going to blow everybody. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but he's saying all the right things, so we'll see what happens. Now the Panthers, this one's probably going to be pretty tough because almost everybody had career years last year, didn't they? It would probably be somebody that they just picked up. Yeah, you want to say Bennett, but I mean, he had such good numbers after he went. Sam Reinhart, I think he could just have but you can't, I don't know if you can call it a bounce back. He had 15 points in 10 games. He kind of already bounced back. He would be kind of. That's not a bounce back though, because he's too young yet. Bob, oh my gosh, talk about unlikely. He needs one for sure. That's in the needs one column for sure. Also, with Bennett, I don't know if you can call him bounce back because he never had a great year in Calgary, I don't believe. Yeah, he never had a great year in Calgary. I don't think you can really call him a bounce back. Because he never had a great, like, he had a one good playoffs where he got 8 points and one. Actually, no, he had, yeah, in the playoffs he played well. It's weird. It's like they treated him like he was only a playoff guy. Like he wasn't a regular season guy. I guess you'd have to put Ekblad in there since he got injured last year. But I mean, he had a really good year up until he got injured, didn't he? Yeah. It's not really a bounce back. That would be it. Bobrovsky and maybe Bennett. Everybody else had like career years. Okay, next. That's confirmed. Eric Stahl is going to Tampa. LA. All right. LA Kings, right. LA Kings. LA Kings. Okay. Drew Doughty. Drew Doughty really have that bad of a year? 34 points in 56 games. Yeah. So you think he's going to bounce back to like his previous like 60-point years, stuff like that? Like he's going to have one of his... How old is he anyways? He's only 31. You're right. He should put up more numbers than he does now at 31 years old. It's time for him to really have a big year, especially with all the new players and everything they have. They should be a stronger team this year. In which case you could, I don't know, I'd like to say Anze Kopitar, meaning that, but he almost had a point a game. Is he going to do better than that? Like he had a really good year last year, considering now he's going to have Dano. I think he's even going to do better, but I can't really call it a bounce back because he had a good year. Well, I think that's very unlikely. Yeah, Quick needs to have one, but I just don't see it. Alexander Edler, too. I just, at 36, he might get a new fire in his belly. Athanasio, I think it's just gone on long enough where it's like he's going to be what he is. He's a, 0.5 point per game player. This one's tough. Jonathan needs some Nestle. John, yeah, Nestle Quick. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Took me a little while to figure that one out. Yeah, this is tough because most of their players had big years last year. To have a bounce back year, you have to have had a good year before. I'd say maybe Velarde. I think it was. Could you say Velarde? No, not really. Can't say Velarde. No. Sean Walker? He did better another year? Yeah, a little bit. Can't really say. That 18 points in 7 games. I think it almost projects to the same amount of points as the year before. So I think it would be best for Quick to retire, yeah. Maybe Arvidsson. My guy would be Arvidsson. Coming into LA with a new outlook, Arvidsson has had 61-point year, 34 goals, and then went down to 28 points. Had 34 goals in, what am I doing that for? 34 goals in 2018-19. I would say Arvidsson and Doughty are the two big bounce back players there. Next. Now we're looking at Montreal. We made it to Montreal. Pretty sure it's Montreal now. And this should be interesting. Montreal should maybe be the most interesting of all these. While you guys, Minnesota first? You're right, Minnesota. Wild. Minnesota first. You're right. I'm wrong. Before we do Minnesota, I'm going to go grab another coffee, though. I'll be right back. Minnesota. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Fiala. Fiala's going to have a bounce back year. Yeah, he took a bit of a dip. You could say he could have a breakout year. He could be, I mean, he has the shot and tools to be a 40-goal scorer. Matt Dumba. Oh, he did have low point production for him. He's slowly been deteriorating offensively for a while now. He only really had the one big year of 50 points, right? I'll put Dumba down. I think it could, for Fiala, would be more of a breakout year where he just goes nuts. I think a lot of the defensemen could have, like, you can't say Brodeen because his offense might flourish, but he's always been a beast. Zuccarello, maybe. Everybody did well last year. Did pretty well. To say a bounce back year, somebody did poor. It would have to be somebody did poorly. Jared Spurgeon is about 40 points. It's about his average. That one's tough. I don't really see anybody there that had a bad year that's going to have a bounce back year. Unless Goligoski like really crushes it now that he's with Minnesota. Like maybe Goligoski could get back to his 40-point pace again. And maybe Zuccarello could go off the charts too, yeah. Wasn't he coming off an injury-plagued season? Not really. He was on a pretty good pace last year. That was like a 70-point pace last year. That's probably one of the better years he's ever had. So I can't really say Zuccarello. I think Dumba and maybe Goligoski could just go back to being a 45-point player like he was before since Arizona. But besides that, you could tell it probably had his bounce back year last year. So can't say him. We're probably forgetting goaltenders in all of this too, right? Oh no, we had Bob. One of them was, and that's right. We did have some goaltenders in there too. That's right. We had Anderson. Now it's Montreal, right? Now it's the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens bounce. Oh, that's easy right off the bat. Don't even have to look. Did you guys see? Apparently, I think apparently Jonathan Drouin did a piece, did an interview with somebody, and it's going to be out today sometime. So he was having sleepless, he was having insomnia and all kinds of stuff like that. It doesn't sound like he was handling the pressure of being a pro very well his whole life, putting too much pressure on himself and stuff like that. And it makes a lot of sense because in Tampa Bay, he was hurt by not getting put on the lineup. And that usually tells you that there's some insecurity involved there. Tampa but just kept on saying, don't worry, you're good. We like you and everything, but you're just not ready yet. And all that kind of stuff like that. And he just wouldn't give it up. Yeah, go. Did that interview already come out? Did that Drouin interview already come out? Are you serious? He was actually staying in a haunted house? I'm going to have to watch that interview. Did the interview already come out already? You don't know. Okay. I heard it was going to be on today sometime on some channel. I don't know, but I'm going to want to watch that. Jake Allen, a bounce back? He had a pretty good year last year, though. Didn't he? Oh, I forgot. Shoot. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Drouin's got to be the biggest one. Bounce back year. Hoffman had a... Maybe Hoffman? I just don't see it. I don't think it's likely. Hoffman is probably what he got last year in points. That's probably what he is. I mean, it's hard to say price, but you could say regular season. He's actually going to have a good regular season because he didn't have a great regular season last year. Watch out for Mathieu Perreault. I'm going to put Perreault. I believe Perreault's got... Perreault might be able to find a niche on the top 6 here in Montreal. And if he does, I could see him getting back to his 40 to 45 point pace. I've always liked Perreault. And he's 33, but I think he could get back to that pace because he was buried in Winnipeg. He was a good soldier and he kept on, playing the utility guy, and he bounced back bounced around all over the place. But I just have a feeling that he might be able to steal that spot from Hoffman. His work ethic compared to Hoffman's work ethic is like night and day. Like Hoffman's going to look like he's not even trying out there compared to Perreault. Perreault's got Gallagher-like work ethic. So, hey, Bill, how you doing, man? Bill's in the house. So, Bill, we're doing, we come in here tomorrow for this. We're doing the players from every team that could have breakout, or not breakout, but bounce back seasons. You could almost, no, not really. David Savard. I think David Savard needs a bounce back season. I don't think he played all that great. Even though he won a cup, I don't think he played all that great in Tampa Bay. Like he really had a bad year and was fortunate he ended up being able to play, get traded to Tampa Bay. But overall, he really did not have a good. He didn't look good last year at all. I would say Savard would be up there. But how's it going, Bill? That's what we're doing right now. No, I had no way of watching it. This past week, I wasn't feeling great last week, and my wife was home. So not only was I kind of sucking hind tit a little bit, I was also busy. Caroline, my wife, is amazing, but when she's home, things get busy. You got a whole bunch of stuff done and stuff like that. So I'm back to my regular schedule now, though. I'm going to start putting out more videos. No, I didn't have COVID. I'm never going to get COVID. I'll tell you that right now. I'm never going to get COVID. No worries about that. Never going to get it. Didn't have COVID. I'm all good. I just had some energy issues. I went to my chiropractor, who is a genius, brilliant. And I should do it faster than I do. As soon as I start feeling like low energy, my chiropractor always finds a way to get me back into, and then my blood starts flowing back again and I feel great. She knows the song, yeah. Oh yeah, my wife's a nurse. My wife's a nurse, so we both have both shots. Yeah, well, Lizelle is going to be better than a lot of Boston's prospects for sure. He's got NHL level speed already, so. I don't think it would be a good idea for Lizelle to make the lineup now. I wouldn't want to do that if I were them. But he's the kind of guy that could find a role right now, probably in an NHL roster. I just don't think it's a wise idea. I would want him to build up as much offense as possible. Fabian Lizelle is going to play in the NHL. That was one of the safest picks you could make. The thing about Fabian Lizelle is how much offense are you going to get out of him? And if you really want to maximize the offense you're going to get out of Fabian Lizelle, he's got to play in North America, I would say in the AHL for 2 years and then bring him up. Let him build up his offense. You don't need to worry about Fabian Lizelle's tenacity, his work ethic, or anything like that. Like, that's the great thing about Fabian Lizelle. He's a coach's dream, that guy. He'll go through a wall for his teammates. Great guy. I thought it was a great pickup. I thought it was an excellent pickup. I would hope so. Swayman, to me, Swayman should. We're going to stop here for we'll do it the rest tomorrow. I'm going to do a video on this stuff, and I'll have it out. I'm going to do a video tomorrow on what we just did, and then we'll do the rest tomorrow so I can do a video on that. I'm really excited about this. I like this idea. This was a really good idea. Actually, it was my idea, so I'm kind of patting my own back. But I would say that Swayman, I don't know. Will Swayman be that? Allmark has got to come in and really show something, because if Swayman was playing like he did at the end of the season, I don't see how anybody's going to knock him off his perch, man. If Swayman is going to be that good, if he can handle the pressure that young and stay that good, that guy is just unbelievable. They had Spencer Knight in the prospects game. Okay. Yeah, Spencer Knight is like Swayman. Like those two guys look like they could be winning North. The goaltending for the next 10 years is going to be like, looks like it's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be a battle. Boston, the main reason why I think Boston's pretty much a lock to make the playoffs is that they have that goaltending combination. That's huge to have goaltending that good. It's huge. It's enormous. Like, even Tampa Bay, like if Vasilevsky gets hurt, which he seldom does, they got to roll with Elliott for a while. I mean, that's going to be tough. In Toronto, if either goaltender goes down, they're in trouble. But to have a 1-2 punch like that, and it's not even all that expensive, that's enormous. If anybody gets hurt, they're in trouble in Toronto. Really, any major player. Yeah, Allmark had a like when he was not injured, he had a great year last year. So not too many, but I mean, I was just, as I was saying, like Demko, Shesterkin, Spencer Knight, Swayman. Who am I missing? This is going to be some of the greatest goaltending we've ever seen. I believe they were, yeah. Yeah, that's a big if. The only way Rask is getting in though is if one of those two guys are injured or maybe not playing all that well. What are you going to do? I mean, if Swayman is playing like he was at the end of the season, you're not going to be able to take him off that. There's no way. But Tuukka Rask said that he's willing to come back to Boston and do whatever they want him to do. So he could be like a goalie coach, really. He's only going to Boston, and he's going to do it for league minimum. So, well, I don't think he needs to retire, but if he's only going to be in Boston, he might as well have retired, I think. But he said he'd come back for league minimum, and not a bad thing to have your third goaltender be Tuukka Rask. That'd be pretty sweet. For sure, they would have the best overall goaltending in the league by a long shot. He's pretending to be Lundqvist, except he won cups and Lundqvist didn't win cups. Well, you just always will have a good goaltender, depending on what Rask is going to be like after taking all that time off. That would be the only issue with that, I suppose. Tomorrow, by the way, we're going to be doing the show. I don't know. What do you want to do, afternoon or evening? What do I have tomorrow? Can't remember. What do you want to do, afternoon or evening? I seem to do better in the afternoons. Unless I go to volleyball. I'm not sure about that. I think they still have to improve up the middle to win the cup. But they could. Afternoon? All right. I can do afternoon. I'm pretty sure I can do afternoon. I like getting it done in the afternoon and then have the evenings to yourself with the family and everything. So I was going to volleyball in the afternoons though, so I still may do that from time to time. We'll see. But that's my full 42 for today, boys and girls. Come back tomorrow where we'll keep on going with the bounce back players from every team. Thank you for getting the playbacks up to again and concurrent viewers up again and all of that. It's getting hockey season. Yeah, buddy. We're going to have our concurrents up to what? 100 concurrents. We're going to be crushing this thing, man. I don't know what happened, but I've got a new logo now. And I'll have that up for you tomorrow. You can check it out. It's pretty cool, though. I think you're going to like it. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming on. You guys are awesome. Take care. Okay, bye.